Children, today we are going to learn the topic linear programming. Okay, so in this topic we will study about linear programming, how to solve sums based on linear programming. Okay, so what is linear programming? So in the best way we can explain that, it's suppose we are given with few options and we have to pick the best option from it. So it's like selecting the best alternative among the sets of alternative. Whatever options we are given with, we have to choose the best alternative or the option, right? So this way in linear programming we will learn how to choose, how to pick the best alternative, right? So there are few points which are related to this topic, like non-negative restrictions, objective functions, constraints. Okay, so let's study about non-negative restrictions. So here, whatever variables we are going to use in linear programming, all those variables will be non-negative. That means suppose we are using x or y or z, like three variables, so the value of the variables will be greater than equal to 0. What is objective function? It's a linear function. Suppose it is given like a x1 plus b x2 plus c x3 or and so on, and which is equals to z. Okay, so which is to be optimized. Optimized means maximum or minimum value for finding the value of z is called the objective function. Okay, so if we have to calculate the maximum minimum value of z, we can calculate by this objective function by finding the different value of x and y. Okay, so that's we are going to find in linear programming. Suppose we have to find the minimum cost. Suppose any product has been transferred from 3 depots A, B and C to a station. So suppose A is transferring X unit, B is transferring Y unit and C is transferring Z unit. So we'll be calculating the value of X, Y and Z so that the transportation cost will be minimum. So sums like that. Suppose we are selling anything, so we are making a profit. So how can we make a maximum profit? So that we'll learn how to use linear programming to find the maximum or the minimum, or we can also say that to optimize the objective this linear function. So this is the optimization, to finding the maximum or the minimum value of the function. Next is constraints. We have studied about the inequalities, right? So here we'll be using that topic inequality, finding the inequations and to solving the linear programming problems. All right, children. Please note down this much first. Now, children, we are going to see the steps that we are going to use for solving the linear programming problem, right? So the first thing that we are going to use for solving the LPP, it will be finding the objective function. So objective function will be in form of z, which could be maximum or minimum, equals to ax plus by. X and y are the variables which will follow the non-negative restriction. That means the value of x and y will always be greater than equal to 0. Next, finding the constant. We have studied about the constants equation and or the inequations, right? The third step is finding the solution. The solution which we find, that will be the feasible region. Okay, so this feasible region is representing the solution of the constraints, right? So will be finding the solution of the equations and the inequations. So here we are going to use graphical method to solve the to find the solution, to solve the inequations, right? And the last is finding the optimal solution. Optimum solution is finding the maximum or the minimum value that is being asked in the question. So what we'll say that optimal solution, selecting the particular value that will give the desired value of x and y for the function, for the objective function to be maximum or minimum, right? Please note down the steps. Let's see, children, this sum. So in this sum, we'll learn how to solve a linear programming problem by forming the objective function first. Then we'll learn how to form constants, and then how to solve those constants or finding the maximum or the minimum cost, and ultimately finding the solution and writing the comment of when the cost or the production will be maximum or the profit will be maximum or minimum, right? Let's see this sum. Now in this sum, it is given that a company produces two types of items, P and Q. Manufacturing of both items requires the metals gold and copper. Now this says that each unit of item P requires 3 gram of gold and 1 gram of copper, while that of item Q requires 1 gram of gold and 2 grams of copper. Now the company has 9 grams of gold and 8 grams of copper, okay, in store. If each unit of item P makes a profit of rupees 50. Each unit of item Q makes a profit of rupees 60. Determine the number of each item that the company should produce to maximize the profit and what is the maximum profit. Now we have to find the how we can maximize the profit and how many items of P and Q should be manufactured so that the profit will be maximum. So this is what we have to calculate in this sum, right? Note down the question first. Now let's see the solution, children. Okay. In the first, what you're going to let is assume that let the number of items P be X and the number of items Q be Y. That means for Z to be maximum, for the profit to be maximum, P items, each unit of P items like producing giving a profit of rupees 50 and each unit of Q items are giving a profit of rupees 60. So if P items are X and Q items are Y, then the profit maximum will be 50X plus 60Y. This is the optimal function or the objective function, right? 50X plus 60Y. Now we'll come to subject to constraints. We'll construct the constraints in equations according to the question, the conditions given in the question. Now in the question it is given that item P requires, each unit of item P requires 3 grams of gold and each item of Q requires 1 gram of gold, and the company has 9 grams of gold in store. That means 3 grams of gold is required for 1 unit of P and 1 gram of gold is required for 1 unit of Q, and company has only 9 unit of gold, 9 grams of gold. That means 3x plus y will be less than equals to 9. Okay, we cannot use gold more than 9 grams, so it will be either equal to 9 gram or less than 9 grams, right? So quantity of gold will be 3x plus y less than equals to 9. Now each unit of item P requires 1 gram of copper and each unit of item Q requires 2 gram of copper. So if for x items of P it will be x grams of copper, and for y items of Q it will be 2y grams of copper, and x plus 2y will be less than equals to 8. Why? Because a company has only 8 grams of copper in store, and the value of x will be either greater than equal to 0 and value of y will be greater than equal to 0. It cannot be less than 0, right? Number of units will not be less than 0. Now what we'll do, we'll graph the inequations on the graph paper to find the feasible region, right? To find the solution. So when we plot the lines 3x plus y less than equals to 9, we'll get this line, okay? And x plus 2y less than equals to 8, we'll get this straight line, and these two lines intersect at this point, okay? X-axis at y-axis at 0,4 and x-axis at 3,0, and because it is less than, so this is a vertical line, so the area, the portion of left hand side will be included. This is somewhat horizontal, so and it's less than 8, so the portion less than will be below this line. So the portion which satisfy both the inequality will be this area, this portion, okay? So this will be the feasible region or the solution of the inequality, right? So you can see that it has 4 corners, P, Q, R and O. So O is coordinate 0, 0, so we'll not get neither maximum nor minimum value. So let's find the value of Z at P, Q, R. So what we'll do, we'll draw this table for calculating the value of Z. So when corners are P 0, 4, the objective function is 50x plus 60y. So the value of Z will be 15 to 0 plus 16 to 4, it will be 240. At Q 2, 3, the value of Z will be 280. At R 3, 0, the value of Z will be 150. So we have to find the maximum profit. So we can see that the maximum profit will be at Q when 2 units of P and 3 units of Q will be manufactured or produced. So we can say that therefore maximum profit equals to rupees 280 when 2 unit items of P and 3 units of item Q are manufactured or produced. Alright, please note down. Let's see another sum, children. Now in this sum it is given that one kind of cake requires 20 gram of flour and 25 grams of fat, and another kind of cake requires 100 gram of flour and 50 grams of fat. Find the maximum number of cakes which can be made from 5 kg of flour and 1 kg of fat, assuming that there is no shortage of other ingredients used in making the cakes. Formulate the above as linear programming problem and solve graphically. Alright, note down the question, then we'll discuss the solution. Please note. Okay, let's see the solution, children. Now what we'll assume that the number of cakes of first kind be x and the number of cakes of second kind be y. So we will be calculating the maximum number of cakes that will be produced including first kind and second kind. So we will assume that the objective function at z, which will be maximum for x plus y. That means x is the number of cakes of first kind and y is the number of cakes of second kind. So z maximum equals to x plus y will be our optimal function or objective function. Now let's see the constraints. Okay, in constraints it is given that 200 grams of flour is used for making first kind of a cake, and then 100 grams of flour is used for making each cake of second kind. So total flour we are having with 5 kg, which is 5000 grams. So if we are making x number of first kind, that means total flour used for making cakes of first kind will be 200x, and y is the number of cakes of second kind, then the total amount of flour that will be used for making second kind of cakes will be 100y, and total flour will be 200x plus 100y must be less than equals to 5000 grams. So here we can see that all the terms are in grams. Now what we'll do, we'll divide it by 100, we'll get the constant 2x plus y is less than equals to 50. Right. Now for the other constant, it is given that the fat that the first kind of cake, each unit of first kind of cake is used is 25 grams, and each unit of second kind of cake is used fat is 50 grams, and total quantity of fat that we are having is 1 kg. Okay, so total amount of fat it is given at 1 kg. 1 kg means 1000 grams. So if one unit of cake or each cake of first kind uses 25 grams, so for x number of first kind cakes it will be 25x. For y number of second kind cakes it will be 50y. So total fat will be 25x plus 50y, and this total amount of fat will be always less than equals to 1000 grams. Okay, so when we divide it by 25, we'll get this constant as x plus 2y, it will be less than equals to 40. And for non-negative restriction, x will be greater than equal to 0 and y will be greater than equals to 0. Alright, now when we draw this in equations, draw these lines, the inequalities on the graph, we'll get this as the feasible region. So this line is representing this equation. Now this line is representing the equation 2x plus y equals to, it will be 50 here. And this line, this inequality will be representing the equation x plus 2y equals to 40. So when we plot this inequality that x plus 2y less than equals to 40, so this line is more horizontal, more towards horizontal. So the portion below this line will be considered as less than, and the portion above this line will be considered as greater than, and the portion on this line will be considered equal to. So we have less than inequality here, so the portion below will be considered, and here also less than inequality is here, so the portion on the left hand side will be considered as less than, and the portion on right hand side will be considered as greater than. So this will be the feasible region or the optimal solution of the inequalities. Right, now when we got the feasible region, we can see that we are having 3 corners which are surrounding the feasible region. We have written as P, Q, R and 0 here. So the P coordinates is 0, 20. The Q has coordinates 20, 10, and R has coordinate 25, 0. And 0, this is origin, so it's 0, 0. Will not get any maximum minimum value here. So let's find we are having the coordinates of the corners of the feasible region, the optimal function or the objective function, and now we'll draw this table to find the maximum value of z. So when we write the corners as P as 0, 20, Q as 20, 10 and R as 25, 0 and substitute these values in the objective function, we'll get the value of z as 20 when P at P and 30 at Q and 25 at R. That means the maximum value is 30. So we'll say that the maximum number of cakes will be we can make from the given material is 30. Right. So in which 20 cakes of first kind will be made and 10 cakes of second kind can be produced, right? So this is the solution of the sum. Please note down, children.